Hey guys, welcome back to the Chelsea career mode. This is season 2. As if you haven't watched the season finale of season 1, definitely go back and check that out because that is a gateway onto where we are going for this season. Spoilers in 2, 3, 1. We managed to get top 4 in the last episode. The season finale, finishing 5 points above Spurs, meaning we will be playing Champions League football, which means that this Chelsea squad needs improvements. But before we get into any of that, we're going to look at the brand new Premier League table. We've got the likes of Bournemouth, Arsenal, Aston Villa, Brentford, Brighton, Chelsea of course, Everton, Fulham, newly promoted Leeds and Leicester back in the Premier League. Liverpool, Luton Town obviously surviving, managed to get 10th last season. The reigning champions Man City, Man United, Newcastle, newly promoted Norwich, Nottingham Forest, Spurs and West Ham and Wolves. Realistically, I think teams that are going to get relegated will be Norwich, Leeds, and I think Luton Town, will be going down. In total, we're going to have a huge clear out in today's episode. So Marcus Betterly will be sold. We're going to keep Simon and Petrovic as our two goalkeepers, which means Slonier will be sold as well. As for left backs, I'm looking to sell Ben Chilwell and Cucurella to bring in a new left back because we have Ian Matson back from his loan spell. He will be our reserve / backup left back, and I'm looking to bring in a first team left back. We got Levi Colwill at left back at the minute, but I'm going to be looking really to change him into a centre back. It's only going to take 2 weeks. But for now, let's just put a development plan on him to get the pass and the pace up. Lewis Hall, coming back from Newcastle last season, has a contract expiring, so we might have to redo that through the season. We got Diassi, Chalobah, Tomori, Balasilide and Fofana as our centre back options, and that's good enough for me. 6 centre backs. If we convert Colwill as well. James and Gusto will remain as the right backs. Don't need to change that right back position. I loved the combo of them last season. Obviously, James's fitness is a huge issue, but Gusto, when coming in games, always played very well. Casado, again, don't need to change that CDM spot. We have the return of Lavia from Newcastle, from West Ham last season. Might have to go out on loan again, but we will see throughout this episode whether we need to sell him or loan him out. Conor Gallagher needs a new contract, and we're going to do that right now before we carry on with the rest of the squad. Important, good for us. How many years? 3 years. Conor Gallagher says that's fine for him. No release clause, that's good. We are looking to bring a new mid CDM into the squad. So Gallagher will probably drop to the second team and become the captain for them. As for wages, we're going to give him 85 and a 200 signing bonus. Should be enough to convince him. He says that's good for him, and Conor Gallagher signs a 3-year extension for Chelsea. Enzo Fernandez, 86 rating now. Didn't have a great season last season, but will remain in the squad. Neves, again, had a great season. I probably will loan him out this season because I'm looking to bring in 2 centre mids. Ziyech will be going. He will be sold. Neto, Mudryk, Elise Palmer, perfect wingers for us, and we will not look to change that. Nkunku as a centre forward, Tony and Gimenez, and then obviously Broja, Jackson, Fofana, and Washington are all going to be sold. Bridge. Crucial, that's fine. We're bringing Luka Modric in just for that bit of quality to come off the bench and help in that midfield. 2 years, we make him a 40-year-old. No release clause. And we're going to try and get Modric for 100,000. And that's okay with him. As Luka Modric, the first signing of the season 2. And I'm gonna delegate that for 8 million, no less than 550. And we will sell the goalkeeper. I was going to hold off on this transfer, however, Napoli have gone in for him. So we're going to have to pull the trigger early as we look to sign Gavi from Barcelona to again strengthen that midfield. And we're going to offer a 60 million starting offer. Conor Gallagher, we're going to reject that, but we can go up to £65 million, the value of Gavi, and Barcelona will accept that deal. Important role for Gavi, obviously with Enzo, Modric, Enzo, Luka Modric, Gallagher, Casado, all playing in that midfield. It's going to be hard for him, but he will do the job for us. As it's a 5-year deal, we're going to just change the contract without the appearance and goal bonus. And it's going to be 62,000 a week for Gavi as he joins Chelsea on a 5-year deal. Offers for Washington, which were set for Sheffield, who got relegated last season, and a loan offer for Austin Cadalec, which will just delegate for a 2-year deal. Transfer offers coming in, 1-year loan for Joe Makawaka, which will set that. We're going to negotiate with Fulham. I don't want the player, and I want about £15 million. They say that's fine. Washington signs for Sheffield United. And there follows Ziyech to Fulham for £15 million. Broja, we're gonna negotiate that for £23 million, hopefully. 23 to newly promoted Leeds. They say that's fine. Fofana, I'm just gonna set that. 2 offers from Palace, who got relegated last season as well. Santos, £5.7 million from Atlanta. I'm gonna set that. Casado, reject. Wolves coming in for the Brazilian winger Angelino. I'm gonna set that for just under £10 million. Jackson, we can negotiate that. Looking for £35 million, a starting offer, and Aston Villa willing to pay that, which would be a great deal. Gimenez going to reject that offer from Spurs. Gent coming in for Tino Angelino, and I'm going to set that as well. Chamaka, Burnley coming in, a 1-year loan, that's fine. We'll set the 2-year loan for Austin Caldec. and Leo Johnson 2 years at Middlesbrough and 2 years at West Brom for him to choose. That is all the transfer offers coming in at once. We tried to get him last season. We're going to get him now because they got relegated and he doesn't deserve to play in the Championship. It's going to be Crystal Palace's centre attacking mid, Eze. We're going to offer £35 million. They want Neto. We're going to reject that. We're going to make it 40 million. And that is a deal done for Eze. And he will be a backup cam for Nkunku. Important, yes. 4 years, that's good for us. No release clause, please. The wages are okay. £94,000, 820k a week signing bonus as we sign Eze, our third signing for season 2. I'm really trying to strengthen the quality in that midfield. San Caldec out on loan for 2 years. Broja joining Leeds United for £23 million. David Fofana joins Morocco for just under £10 million. Angelino out the club for just under £10 million. And Nicholas Jackson to join Aston Villa for £35 million. And I'm actually going to accept that because he's not going to make the starting 11 or the reserves. And I think 3 million is a good deal for someone who's not going to go anywhere really. As we get to the pre-season tournament offers, players still leaving the club. This is a huge clear out for the club. Pre-season tournament offers coming through. First offer being Juventus, Atletico, Roma, Sevilla, Real, Milan and Sociedad. In America. Champions Trophy, we got Chelsea, FC Gore from India, Bilbao, Lazio, Girona, Real Madrid, Mahat Bangar, and Atlanta. And then we have Invitational Cup, Chelsea, Florentina, Inter, Leverkusen, Napoli, Ilnau, Alaya, and Ali Halal. Realistically, we want the best. We are back in the Champions League, and I think it's only right to test ourselves against Champions League quality teams. So we're going to accept the American Challenge Cup, and our pre-season tournament games are Sevilla, Sociedad, and Roma. As a transfer offer for Ian Matson from Leeds United, already spending their Premier League money on Chelsea players. It's a amazing offer. If I can negotiate it a bit more, my transfer offers may change. I was going to keep him, but with a huge offer like that, if they can pay £40 million, it's a no-brainer. It does mean the left-back situation might not change as much as I would like it to, but that's a huge offer. As a offer for Cucurella comes in, this was the original plan to sell. I'm still gonna look to sell him. Again, 40 million, really the value I want for Cucurella. As Girona willing to pay that to bring him back to Spain. Lewis Hall leaves the club. And there's confirmation. Ian Matson will join newly promoted Leeds United for £40 million and will play alongside his Chelsea teammate Broja at Leeds. That's 60 million that Leeds have paid for Chelsea players. We are going in for a brand new striker. And I know we signed 2 strikers last season, but they just didn't click for me. And I think there's one man that Chelsea fans would love to have in their striker position. And that is the Nigerian beast himself, Victor Osimhen from Napoli. Obviously, Napoli making the Champions League final against Real Madrid last season. It's going to cost us a lot. And we're going to start the offer at 110 million. And they're going to straight up accept that. We're going to offer him a crucial role. He will be our #1 striker. 5 years of course to get most game time out of him. No release clause please. We're going to get rid of the goal bonus. It's going to be 150k a week. 1,650,000 signing bonus. And it's well, it's going to be a 40,000 increase on that wage to make it 190, but we're going to accept it for the Nigerian striker. Osimhen wearing that number 11 shirt. So we signed Luka Modric on a free. Then we went and signed Gavi from Barcelona for £65 million. Two centre mids to really strengthen the midfield up. We sold the goalkeeper Slonian to Atletico. Washington to relegated Sheffield United. Ziyech joins Fulham for £15 million. Chamaka goes to Brentford on a loan. Eze we signed from Crystal Palace, who got relegated last season for 40 million. Santos to Atlanta. Broja to Leeds United. Calderek to on loan for 2 years to Dosafador. Fofana to Morocco. Jackson to Villa for £35 million. Wolves signed Angelino for 9.2. And Angelino goes to Ghent. Johnson to West Brom on 2-year loan. Goalkeeper Bettelin joins Stoke. Lewis Hall to Rangers, who was on his last year of his contract. And Ian Matson will join Broja for 40 million at Leeds United. And there is the big man, Victor Osimhen, £110 million. There is confirmation. Cucurella will leave Chelsea, foot back to Spain, and will join Girona for £40 million. Victor Osimhen as the striker, and Kunku remains as a cam. Mudryk, Palmer on the wings. Enzo Fernandez will play alongside Luka Modric as the two centre mids. Chilwell, Diassi, Tomori, James and Simon remain in the back line. Going to the second team, we have Gimenez up top, Eze, Neto, Elise, Gavi, Gallagher, Chilwell, Colwill, Fofana, Gusto and Petrovic make the second team. As we have our first pre-season against Sevilla, and it's going to be a 2-2 draw. Goals coming from Mikhail Mudryk and debut goal for Osimhen. Squad rotation, play the second team against Sociedad, and it's going to be a 1-1 draw. Gimenez scoring for Chelsea, and Tassi Faki Kubo, the goal scorer for Sociedad. and Chalobah will leave halfway through pre-season to join Aston Villa on a 1-year loan deal. Of pre-season as we send out the first team against Roma, and it's a cracking 3-3 game. Parma looks like he got his hat-trick in pre-season. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough to get the win, and it means we have drawn all 3 pre-season games. In the American Challenge Cup, Roma winning it, and it kind of shows us the quality of the teams that we're going to be facing in the Champions League this season. We are going to end the episode here, guys. I hope you liked the pre-season style that we had. I hope to see you in Season 2 for opening day against Fulham. And we still have about £130 million to play with. So leave any transfer suggestions that we may need. If I was to pick a position, it's going to be a new left back to take over Chilwell, and maybe a better centre back than Diassi. As for the team, it's looking fantastic, and I can't wait to get on with Season 2. So thank you for watching, guys. Peace out.